Well, hello, this is UOAbigail, and I would like to welcome you to our 5th episode using Etho's modpack. And you can see I'm standing here on top of our newly completed bone brick slab subflooring, or ceiling, as the case may be. It is done. It turns out that I was wrong last episode. I had said that I needed to either go out hunting mobs or build a mob grinder. And yeah, no, that's not the case. Turns out, let me grab a stack of cobblestone real quick. And let me make sure this is empty. No, it is not. We'll go ahead and empty this out. Yeah, I was completely wrong, because you can take a chisel, and you can chisel this cobblestone, and we'll, the pink one is one. There's a couple others you can do this with as well. But you can take the colored cobblestone, the pink, and you can throw it in the chemical decomposer here, and it makes several elements. One of which is this titanium dioxide. And we'll just go ahead and take what we've got here. We got a stack of 64 of them right here. And it turns out that just one of those, that's all it takes, just one, make you some bone meal. So there's 64 bone meal right there. So yeah, turns out minechem was a lot more useful than I had originally claimed that it would be. Now, the other thing you can do with it is you can take pumpkins, and you can decompose the pumpkins. And I'll show you what they make here in a second. Go ahead and throw those in there. It makes this cucurbitacin, however it's pronounced. But anyway, this is a chemical compound consisting of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. 30 carbon, 42 hydrogen, and 7 oxygen. And that is a very useful combination because there's very large numbers of each. And, you might be wondering, why is it so useful? Well, we'll just take 3 of them for now. And we'll go ahead and let that decompose real quick. Alright, so now we've got those. We've got 64 carbon, almost 130 hydrogen, 126 hydrogen, 21 oxygen, and 26 more carbon. So what's that, 60, 80, 90 carbon? But anyway, I digress. What we're going to do is we're going to take 1 carbon and 3 hydrogen, and this makes methyl. It's an ion, and we're going to make 3 of them. And then we'll take those 3 and set them in there as a stack. We're going to add 2 carbon and 2 oxygen, and that makes this methacrylate, or methacrylate, which has a burn time of 5700, which is roughly the same as 4 almost pieces of charcoal. And yeah, we can use that as a fuel. Right now I'm still burning up some charcoal that I'm pulling from this chest here, but whenever that's done, it's going to burn through this bit of hydrogen here, which has a burn time of 100. Then it's going to start burning this methacrylate to continue its decomposing and synthesizing operations. So yeah, very useful. But we're going to go ahead and put all this away. We'll mess with that again some more later. Now, the extra hydrogen, because there's going to be some extra hydrogen, there's going to be some extra oxygen. The hydrogen itself is a fuel and can be used, again, in here. Like I can just take a stack of them out of here, throw them in here, and it'll fuel this back up. Or I could throw them down here in this generator down here, but it's more efficient using this, especially with the universal cables from Mechanism to power it. But anyway, we can send them to this recycler also. And we can send like the extra oxygen and stuff like that to the recycler as well. And it creates these pieces of scrap. Now, these pieces of scrap, we can throw them together in a crafting grid here to make these scrap boxes. And the scrap boxes have, useful items sometimes. Sometimes not so useful. Let's see what we get. Okay, we got a few things here. We got us some coal dust, which is actually useful for making a few different items. Okay, I've got pulverized coal over there. Okay, and we got a piece of leather, a wooden hoe, and a couple of filled tin cans. Now, those filled tin cans, where did I put them? There they are. So we got some filled tin cans up here, and put the leather away, and put this extra bit of scrap away. And we can make, we can get lucky and get netherrack or eggs or pumpkins or possibly even ender pearls or diamonds or anything like that. A wooden hoe we'll just throw up in here, and we'll just go ahead and burn it up real quick. But anyway, yeah, that's something that we can do with our excess chemicals, is turn it into scrap and then just get random items. So, knowing all of this, I'm wanting to seriously automate this system. You can see out here, I planted this huge row of pumpkins over here. There's about 32 plants or so. I'm not really sure exactly how many. And every once in a while, I just come along and harvest them real quick and throw them in there to make the fuel. But I'm wanting to actually automate that process. However, I am not wanting to do that here. I'm wanting to make a laboratory, like a mad scientist lair kind of thing. And I'm wanting to move all of those kinds of machines there. So I did a little bit of searching around. I flew our horrible looking ship over there, which we are going to work on sometime today. But anyway, I flew that ship around. Let me open up the journey map here real quick. Here we go. And I chose a couple of different locations that would be kind of good. There's an area over here. You can see where all this brown is. That's a hardened clay. And those are amplified terrain with lots of caves and dark spaces and overhangs and high peaks and such. And that might be a good place to build at some point, but I'm not sure I want to do a mad scientist lair there. I mean, it might look all right, might not. However, down here, just past the snowy area in this bottom corner, there's this cove. It's relatively flat. And then, you got a little bit of a mountain there, and, it looks like a pretty nice area, and I'm thinking that might be a really good place to build for this mad scientist lair kind of thing. So, yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. Now, in order to begin on that, I've been smelting up some of this abyssal stone into these abyssal blocks to use as decoratives. But, yeah, we're going to go ahead and gather up some resources and go over there and start laying out a foundation for the place and, maybe kind of deciding on some dimensions. Because I'm wanting to set up some automatic pumpkin farms to generate fuel to power the base. And then I'm wanting to set up automation for, like, decompressing the cobblestone and decomposing it and synthesizing stuff out of it. Because, we've got quite a few chemicals, and I'm really wanting to get messing around with this minechem a bit. I'm kind of wanting to do as much of the building over there as possible out of materials that we get from here. Now, the general idea is going to be that we wake up in the morning, yawn, stretch, whatever, go out, check up on our fuel, and, like hit a button if need be, and, process a few things. And then, okay, time to start the day. We mount our little ship here, and we fly off somewhere. We set up our quarry, which does work from the ship, and spend a day or two out there quarrying up a whole bunch of stone and other items. And then we tear down the quarry, fly the ship back to the base, and then sort out and decompose any items that we need to decompose, process any ores that we need to process, etc., and kind of have this done automatically. That's what I'm wanting to do. So, I'm going to get started with that, and I will be back with you in a little bit. And here we are aboard our excuse for a ship. I went ahead and manufactured several items to bring with us, so let's go ahead and get started. And we are off. And I will return when we arrive. And we are here. Turns out I was a little off on the exact location. It's over here, not down in the corner. Although down in the corner over there was pretty good. This is the area that I had intended, because it's got the tall pillar on this side, and it's got the taller area here, and it's got the low area here, where we can actually build like a platform sticking out and use that as like a docking area, and then we can build all up in this area up in here. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get off the ship here shortly and get us started. Alrighty, are you ready for a quick update reveal? Here we go. Should be coming into view anytime, and there we go. That is the beginning of the entrance. The diorite won't be staying, at least not in the quantities that it currently is. I was just using that as a filler block for the time being, and we've got this set up now to where we can dock safely with our current ship. So let's go ahead and bump up against this real quick and then make our adjustment. And we should be just about there. Boom, they're there. And exit the ship. And this is what we've got so far. It's not much. I mean, I don't even have the inside over here done yet. It's still just a hollow little thing, but it's a start. It gives us a base of reference. So what I'd like to do now is I'd actually like to go ahead and start moving some of those machines over and just set them up temporarily so that this way we can start processing stuff here and figuring out exactly where we're going to put things. So I'm going to go ahead and relocate those, and I will be back with you in a bit. Alrighty, well, I have this all set up for the time being anyways. I just went ahead and hooked everything in series. I've got all my power generation right here, and they're all upgraded with the double layer capacitors now, and they're automatically pulling their fuel from this chest, and it's feeding all of these machines up here and this capacitor bank, which is then sending power through this universal power cable to the industrial craft extractor and the recycler. And it's going ahead and powering the minechem molecular decomposer and the molecular assemblers as well. I tried hooking the bat box and the CESU and the solar panel up to this, but for some reason it's not adding their power to this. So yeah, I'd probably just have it misconfigured. But anyway, to decompose items, I just throw them in this chest, and it automatically decomposes and it gets deposited into these 3 chests. So you got plenty of storage for the short term, and then like hydrogen and oxygen, I'll probably move that over here somewhere. But yeah, that's it for now on that. Turns out I am short on diorite, and I do want to use diorite in at least for building the base structure of this, so I'm going to need to go out and get some more. So I figured I'd go ahead and show you the mining operation and exactly how this works. So let me go ahead and find a spot, and I'll be back with you when I'm there. Alrighty, we are ready to set up. We are in a jungle hills area. I'll go ahead and show you where. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I just went ahead and went straight and up, so we are pretty high above the terrain here. So we can go ahead and set this up right here. Now these diorite blocks right here indicate basically the safe area where I can place the quarry down. So we're going to go ahead and place it right here, and there's our frame. Then we will place the chest on top, and an item duct between the two, along with, oh, I did not grab the servo. Place a servo on here, and that is now set. Then we just need to power this thing, and in order to power it, we're just going to place this capacitor bank, and actually we're going to be a little more conservative with it this time, and we're going to place the capacitor bank right there, and we will place an energy conduit on the back side. Okay, or not. Maybe this has to be placed directly next to it. There we go. So anyway, this is a 5,000 RF capacitor bank, so it's going to mine for quite a while on its own. Now, we do want to keep it fueled up, so in order to do that, I've got these Stirling generators that have already been used in the past, and we are going to continue to use them now. So we will set them up. Might as well right there. And we'll set one up probably should not have set that there, but that's fine. We'll just go ahead and set that up there, and then we're going to set the others up there, there, and there. Configure this or not. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and move this one because we need to put this energy conduit there and hook that one up. And then lastly, we'll go ahead and hook one up right here in front of the ship's helm for now. And this one has no fuel, so we'll go ahead and grab some fuel. Throw that in there. And as you can see, it's already grabbing items. Quite a few already. So yeah, we're just going to let this run until it is done. Now we do need to we do need to stop this for just a second. Okay, and it'll come to a halt here in a minute. Hopefully. Oh, output. Okay, yeah, we shut the output off. Because we also need to add our bucket of water. And what this bucket of water does is this will allow us to prevent lava from stopping the quarry. So we got to go ahead and let that hit the ground real quick. It'll take it a minute or so. Really? Okay, well, we'll just go around the edge then. Alright, anyway. That should be enough. We'll go ahead and turn this back on and let that continue running. Now if it runs into lava, it'll turn it to obsidian and it'll go ahead and mine it. But yeah, this is going to fill up pretty quick, so I'm going to be here to remove. See, we've already got some diorite, so that's good. We also got a few more resources that we can run through our recycler, and we can also process these ores. But yeah, let's go ahead and empty this out because that item duct is not capable of keeping up with as quickly as it's generating right now. Alrighty, well, it has finished running. You can see we're charging back up as we speak. I don't have to do this here. I can actually recharge this back at base. But we wound up with look like 4.5 stacks of compressed cobblestone, and all of these resources here, including just 16 diorite. But that's something, anyways. We also wound up with 5 obsidian and some andesite and stuff like that. So yeah, we wound up with nearly a stack of iron ore and some copper ore, which is good because we're going to need a lot of copper, especially if we get into doing the industrial craft that uses a lot of copper. So yeah, it was well worthwhile to come out here and do this. So I'm going to go ahead and disassemble this, starting with this chest right here just to get it out of the way. Now, to safely disassemble, I usually stand on top of the quarry since I don't want it falling off the edge, and therefore I can collect it, and I put it away right away just so that it doesn't get lost, and then I can go ahead and disassemble the rest of this as we go. That clear glass scared me for a second there. I thought I was going to fall. And there we go. Put all of this away. And we are ready to collect our water source back. Where's that bucket? And we will get out of here. And we will head back to base. And we are back. Alright, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and unload this stuff, and I'm going to set those Stirling generators up to recharge that capacitor bank, and I'll be back with you in a bit. Alrighty, all materials are unloaded, but yeah, you can see the need for a slightly bigger ship because, yeah, it's a little cramped in there. Also, I'm thinking I might wind up building a few more of these capacitor banks, maybe the vibrant alloy one whenever I can get a hold of enough ender pearls, and use those in series rather than relying on these generators, so this way it'll run very fast, and I'll just have a backup set of them charging up while I'm gone, and when I come back it should be pretty well charged, or if not, it'll be close to being charged. So yeah, that's going to be on the project list to do in one of the next episodes anyways. But for now, we need to decide exactly what we're going to do here. Right now we've got this dirt floor, and that's not going to be staying, and we're going to be removing a lot of this wall here and cutting back into the mountain and building a large portion of the base underground within the mountain itself. You know, a large portion of it, of course, is going to be up here as well, you know, out in the open, but yeah, a large portion of it is definitely going to be underground. Alrighty, you can see off in the distance over there, I went ahead and planted the 2 pumpkins worth of seeds, total of 8 pumpkin plants over there, just to get a base started in this area. It turned out I had one more over here that I didn't realize I had in one of these chests, but that's fine. I'll deal with it later. For now, I think it's time to open up some scrap boxes, just see what we get. Loaf of bread, and looks like copper powder, wooden shovel, looks like possibly tin ore, some netherrack, some dirt, some more netherrack. So, go ahead and put this stuff away, and this is tin ore and netherrack, and we actually have enough to do one more, so we'll go ahead and set that up right now. And we got like coal dust, so we'll throw that in there as well. Alrighty, I believe we've reached the time limit for this episode for today, so I do want to thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. I do look forward to seeing you in the next one. Until then, this is UOAbigail saying, have a great day.